Hi and welcome back to my channel. So I'm excited about this week's coaching video, as I always am, because today I want to talk, we're still talking about the whole Living Your Truth series, and so I've really been enjoying this and I hope that you've benefited from it. So today we're going to talk about 7 signs you're living blah, 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 blah. Just 1 second. Hi and welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited about this week's coaching video because I'm going to be continuing to talk about the whole living your truth. I've loved doing this series and I hope that you've benefited from it. So today I'm going to be talking about 7 signs that you're living your truth. 7 signs that you're living your truth. So here are the 7 signs that you're embracing and living your truth. Number 1, you feel balanced. Life is going to throw lemons your way. There will be disappointments, pain, death, and broken hearts. Knowing that you're anchored and have a foundation, regardless of what happens, is a sign of truth and a sign of balance. So I, for one, can say that I know all too well about disappointments. But when you feel balanced, no matter what's going on, you are living your truth. Number 2, you weren't looking to be completed. You aren't looking to be completed. So when you're being true to yourself, you are whole and complete. There's no need to search for someone else to do this for you. The more you look to be completed, the more you weaken the sense of completeness that you have within. I am so thankful that I've never needed anybody to complete Michelle, okay? Because I feel complete as I am. The Bible tells us, and we all know this, that 1 is still a whole number. You've got to feel complete by yourself. I can't tell you how many people I know that don't feel complete unless they have a man in their lives or a woman in their lives or have kids or whatever. You know, you have got to be complete just by yourself, knowing that just because you're by yourself. Now I'm not, but I'm just saying I feel complete. I don't need anything or anyone else to complete me. Number 3, outside validation isn't your only source of validation. Being true to yourself means your main source of validation comes from within me, within you. Sure, outside validation feels good, but it should not be your only source of validation. The more it is, the more you lower your sense of self. I am so thankful, again, that I don't need other people to validate me, and you don't need other people to validate you. You've got to have it already inside of you. Number 4, you're not dependent on others to feel good about yourself. Living in your truth means your relationships with others are about respect. They bring out the light and love within. It means you aren't dependent on those relationships to feel good about yourself. I have some of the best relationships with friends, co-workers, loved ones, you name it. But I'm so thankful that I don't depend on them to help me feel good about me. I feel good about me if nobody else feels good about me. And you have to feel good about you no matter who else feels good about you, okay? Number 5, you don't feel guilty speaking your truth. The reality is that you're not going to appease everyone. You're not. So don't think that you are. In fact, don't even try. It's an illusion to think that you are. Being honest and truthful about communicating with others is where there is lasting fulfillment, and you embrace what living your true reality is. Okay? Never feel guilty about speaking your truth. Don't you ever feel guilty about doing that. Speak your truth. Because number 1, speaking your truth not only helps you to keep your head up and your chest up and keep moving forward, but can also help other people with being able to speak their truth and to feel good about who they are. Number 6, you don't take everything personally. It can be easy to take what others say and do personally. This can get you in a negative headspace where you overcompensate and ultimately aren't being true to yourself. By being true to yourself, you trust in your actions and your choices. You realize that what others do has everything to do with them, but nothing to do with you. I don't do it. And I see this happening on Facebook all the time. People will post something and folks get all up in their feelings, and I'm thinking, well, unless she called you by name, or unless whatever this he or she is talking about really is about you, why are you getting in your feelings? Why? I don't take what people say and do personally. You know why? Because I feel like whatever, especially when what they're saying and doing is negative, I don't take that personally. You know why? Because what I see is you have issues with you, so you try to project that onto me. I'm not taking that personally. Have no reason to. Just like I said, you realize that what others do has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. So when you have your haters, it's not about you, it's about them. They project that they're hating, or you think, let me say this, you think that they're hating on you, but in all actuality, they're hating on themselves because they aren't doing the things that you're doing, that they're not stepping out to be the best that they can be, but you are. And so they start to hate on you. Number 7, last but not least, you believe you're more than your job, your relationship, your weight, or your financial status. Your value is innately within you. We already established that. When you're being true to yourself, the externals don't define you. You realize you are more than what you have. You believe you are whole. Let me tell you something. I am more than what I have in my bank account. I am more than the clothes in my closet that I'm looking at. I am more than the car that I drive. I am more than the job that I have or the relationship that I'm in. I am more than that. Those things are great, but they don't define you. And I think all too often people get in their feelings, or they not necessarily get in their feelings, but they tend to cower when they see somebody doing great things. You see that person driving that big luxury car, or living in that big house, or mini mansion, if you will, or it seems like they have the best relationship, the perfect life, the perfect job. But you have got to understand that what they have is for them. What you have is for you. So I may not drive a Lexus, a Mercedes, or BMW. Guess what? Truth be told, I won't ever drive one because I'm not interested in purchasing either one of those 3 cars. I love American cars. I'm a Chevy girl at heart. So I will probably always purchase a Chevy as long as they have nice vehicles for me to purchase. And even if it's not a Chevy, it will never be a foreign car. I'm just not interested in purchasing that. But I would never let anybody think that you're better than me because you drive a Lexus and I'm driving a Chevy. No, you're not, because my mode of transportation doesn't define who I am, and yours shouldn't either. But surprisingly enough, y'all know people, I know people that live in nice big homes, drive nice expensive cars, and that defines them. But guess what? If you take those things away, they're nothing. They don't feel, they feel like nobody, honestly, if you really think about it, because all you have going for you are the nice cars and the nice homes. Stop letting those things define who you are. I don't care if you're riding around in a Pinto. And that may be pushing it, because Pintos go way back. But I'm just saying, you get where I'm going with this. Just because you're not driving that luxury car, you don't live in that house or that mansion up on the hill, or you don't have some high profile job, that don't be defined by the things that you do have. And don't let other people make you feel like you should feel less than because you don't have all of those luxury things, because you are still a whole person and you are still awesome just the way you are. So let's do a quick recap. So 7 signs that you're living your truth. Number 1, you feel balanced. Number 2, you aren't looking to be completed. Again, I don't need to be completed because I feel like I'm already complete. Number 3, outside validation isn't your only source of validation. Number 4, you are dependent on others. You aren't dependent on others to feel good about yourself. Number 6, you don't feel guilty speaking your truth. I certainly do not. Number 7, you don't take everything personally. And remember what the takeaway was. You realize that what others do has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you at all. And number 7, last but not least, you believe you're more than your job, your relationship, your weight, and your financial status. And you know what? Let me say something really quick about that weight thing. I have met, because I have been in the health and wellness industry for many years. And one of the things that I noticed when I was working with clients is that sometimes they would get intimidated when they saw someone who was thin, if you will, or ideal weight, and I would watch them kind of cower back. We're working out, but you see this person again who's thin or their ideal weight, and I could literally watch them kind of cower away. I'm like, why? You're in here doing what you need to do for your health. Stop letting weight define you. You are not a bad person just because you're overweight or out of shape. You're not. So I know, and I've heard people say this, that they think so and so is the best thing since sliced bread because they're thin and they have the perfect figure. So what? Stop letting your weight define you. I'm not real thin. I never have been. Well, let me take that back. I did see a picture of me when I was in elementary school. But in my adult life, I've never been real thin, and I probably never will be. And that's okay because I'm not interested in being real thin. I love my thickness, okay? I embrace it. But I also work out and try to eat good. But, but what I'm saying is I don't let that define who I am. I don't sit and say that someone's better than me because they weigh less than I do. Or nor do I say that I'm better than someone else because I weigh more than they do. Stop letting those things define who you are. That's all I have for you guys for today. Thank you so very much for my newest subscribers. Every time I log in to YouTube and I see I have another new subscriber, I'm super excited. And let me tell you something, I get excited if I log in and I don't see that anybody new has subscribed because I love what I do. And I know that what I do helps someone somewhere. So, thank you all so much for your continued support. I love you guys to the moon and back. And so I look forward to sharing and speaking life into you again on next week. Until then, take care and continue to live your truth.